And good afternoon. This is Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com and the Women Report. It is time now. I'm going to scroll down the schedule of IHSA games and look at some of the games of the week for Week 1, Season 2017, Illinois High School Association football. It's going to be good. Should be a lot of fun. Let's go through it. Go through some of the games of the week that I think can be games to keep a close eye out for the state of Illinois. All right, let's start. First, okay, Normal West versus Peoria. I have as a great game to keep a close eye out for. I really do like uh, Normal West Genesis Forest against Peoria. How is Peoria going to respond? They won the state title. This is a great game to look out for. Normal West at Peoria. You definitely want to keep a close eye out for this game. I think Peoria is going to be an explosive team this season. It's going to be good with Corlin Taylor. Um, uh, what's his name? Gino Hess is looking to just explode again. It's going to be a great game. Great offensive line. So it's going to be a close eye to look at. And like I said, Normal West was one of my surprise pick teams. Keep a close eye for Normal West. Next game that I have, Fairfield at Johnston City. Fairfield's got two great athletes. Johnston City, great team, very team driven. Basically, it has a lot of talent. Uh, I'm not gonna mispronounce his last name. I'm not even gonna say your name. Your defensive back at Johnston City. Jaden Lewis out of Fairfield looks good. They have another tight end / pass rusher to look out for too. It's going to be an interesting game in the Black Diamond. Keep a close eye out for it. All right, next one. Oh, this is actually no. That's not a good one. That is not a good one. Sorry about that. Um, Naperville Central versus Glenbar North. That's another good game out of DuPage Valley Conference. Naperville Central's got the quarterback Thorne. Jaden Reed just transferred there with Thorne to Naperville Central. You're going against a heavy-ridden secondary in Glenbar North. That is a great game to keep a close eye on. That's just another great game. Definitely a good game because of Glenbar North's defense and Naperville Central's new offense. Luke Hellstorm's another player to keep a close eye on. And I believe they have a good defensive back in Naperville Central too. But Glenbar North also, you got Jose Vasquez, who's another hell of an offensive lineman. Again, good game. DuPage Valley Conference. The last time we're going to see the DuPage Valley Conference all together this year. So it's a good game to keep an eye out for. Another is Lake Park versus Waubonsie Valley. Lake Park, actually, I sort of have as a surprise team. Waubonsie Valley is the beast team. Lee, uh, Chuck, just it's going to be an unbelievable game. I do think people a lot of and they got Kaneda Nixon just transferred to Lake Park out of Glenbard East. Keep a close eye out for that game. That's a definite look at. Cary Grove versus Prairie Ridge, good game. Cary Grove, a great offensive line. Prairie Ridge, this is their time again to go after the title again. Won last year. Cary Grove, great offensive line. Samson Evans back with Prairie Ridge. It's unbelievable. Jeff Jenkins, Prairie Ridge. It's a game to keep a nice eye on. Next one, Huntley versus Jacobs in the Fox Valley. These are both Fox Valley games. Huntley looks good. Jacobs, Chris Kanadrick is graduated, but they have a great young quarterback. It's going to be interesting to see. This is the step up game for Huntley because they can step up after this game. Again, it's going to be an unbelievable season that Huntley could go, and I'd love to see Huntley versus Prairie Ridge. That's going to be one hell of a game. All right, let's go down even more. Monticello versus Olympia. That's a good game. Monticello's got the great wide receiver in Dylan. Olympia has been winning in that conference a lot. It's going to be a good game in the Illini Prairie to look out for, especially for that main reason. St. Thomas More versus St. Joseph. That's another game to keep a close eye on too, especially in the small school ranks. Let's go down even more. Freeport versus Auburn Rockford. That's a good game. Freeport, I had them. I saw them. I had one of them as one of my picks to keep a close eye out on for. I really do like what they're doing, especially with the Deion McShane. I like some of their athletes. Rockford Auburn is sort of is an emerging was rebuilding a little bit of a last season. Did a good job last season, but it's going to be a good game to keep a close eye on. All right, let's go look down even more. Um, and just looking down at some of these games too, and I want to warn people too. You're going to see a lot of mistakes. There's going to be a lot of mistakes. There's going to be a lot of turnovers. This is the first week. Just keep, just keep in mind, be patient. This is a week where you have a lot of anxiety built up with these kids because they're playing. They want to play their hearts out for the first game, and they want that win. Simple as that. And sometimes mistakes will happen. New Berlin versus Merrill Forsyth is another good game to keep a close eye out for. Um, New Berlin, there's a lot of talk about New Berlin being a surprise team. Um, Merrill Forsyth is a titanic team. It's going to be a game to watch. Another basically opener game to watch because the first game is key for a surprise team. Surprise team. You want to win that first game. You want to get that W. Simple as that. You want to win. Next, South Central Conference, Carlinville versus Hillsboro. Can Carlinville come back without Jacob Dixon, who just graduated, one of their best players? That's a good game to keep a close eye out for. All right, let's look even more down. Juliet West versus Oswego East. That's a hell of a game. That is a great game. Juliet West looks exceptionally good. Oswego East, Kelly Ivory Martin graduated. The quarterback graduated. It'll be interesting to see. It's another game to keep a nice eye out on. Also, Manuka at Oswego is another game. Manuka is a team that's on sort of building on the warpath. It's a team to keep a close eye out for. Oswego, Oswego, Noah Shannon. Oswego's looking to go for a state title. Good game. Good overall game in that. Where's another one? Yeah, okay. Um, Thornton versus Andrew. It's a pretty good game. Not gonna lie. Addison Trail, Glenbard South. Good game. It's sort of a builder. It's sort of a builder for Glenbard South and a builder for Addison Trail. I really do think one of the both those teams can make the playoffs. Um, Antioch at Kenosha, being part of the Women Report, that's a tough game, but I think Kenosha is a little bit better than Antioch, to be truthfully. Um, Aurora West, Aurora West versus Yorkville. That's another good game. Yorkville, sort of emerging program, got some transfers. It looks good for Yorkville. Keep a close eye on Yorkville. They could explode, but I do gotta go over with West Aurora because West Aurora is just a dominant team, unbelievably coached. Dexter Warren, I'm sorry, Denver Warren. What did I say? Dexter Warren. Denver Warren. Um, Great athletes, good running back, two good running backs actually, and a great wide receiver. You will Aurora West is fueled for another great season this season. Aurora Christian versus Aurora Central Catholic. Don't laugh. That's actually a good game because you have Aurora Christian. Um, uh, Drew Clippard is back. Aurora Central Catholic, who had an impressive season last season. That's a good game to actually look at. Aurora Christian versus Aurora Central Catholic. One of those games that you want to keep a very close eye on, especially in the lower levels. I do think Aurora Christian is going to shock some people. And in the season, later into the season and into the playoffs, Drew Clippard got a few young athletes. Unbelievable. Coach BB does a great job with them. All right, let's go down even more. Bolingbrook versus DGS. I have DGS as a surprise, but I think Bolingbrook's going to pull it off. Glenbard West versus Maine South. I said this is a game of a top team going against a team that's fallen a little bit because they missed some players. But again, a lot of people are not respecting Maine South, and when people don't respect the big school team, they end up having a great season. And when they put too much pressure on a team that hasn't won that much and has a lot of talent, it just switches away. But like I said, Glenbard West, hell of a team. This is another year that they could challenge for a state title. Coach Hetlett's got their heads ready for a state title. They got a great group of players, wide receivers, tight ends. Marky Winters is a junior to keep a close eye out for. But again, it's going to be another good year for Glenbard West, and I believe it's going to be another good for Maine South because no one's really giving them that much of a chance in repeating. I think they can repeat. Um, Burlington Central versus Byron the Good. Byron's always been a tough-nosed team. This is a great statement game for Coach Melvin in Burlington Central. Definitely a game to keep a really, really close eye out on. Let's go down even more. All right. Oh, this is actually a good game. This is a game to keep an eye out for as a merger later into the season. Champagne Chantilia at Bradley Bourbonnais sparked my interest because both teams can go up the way. A lot of people are not looking at them that much. They definitely deserve to be a close look at. So, be interesting to see that game. That's actually a very very good game. My game, Stevenson versus Palatine. Um, like I said, you got two rookie coaches uh, that are known in the staff. Palatine, unbelievable talent. Got about maybe 7 to 8 D1 prospects on the team. Stevenson's a young team rebuilding, but they look great. Great quarterback in Grayson Cubo against DJ, quarterback of Palatine. It's a game to keep a close eye on. Deep Dish Football Game of the Week. Check it out, deepdishfootball.com. Um, let's see what else. Phillips versus Loyola. Great game. And I keep saying great game, but it's actually a good game. I don't go into all the rumors about Loyola and all that other stuff. I got to give a little bit favor to Phillips. Looks good. Phillips is going to be challenging for a title. They petitioned for the 5A spot. Again, keep a close eye out for Phillips and Loyola. If all Loyola needs is 2 wins and they're off to the races, simple as that. There's a lot of games that don't make sense. I'm just going to say that. Hoffman Estates. This is a big game for Hoffman Estates. It's not because of the competitor. It's because if they get that first win, oh, almighty. Watch out for Hoffman Estates. Um, let's see. Going down. Dunlap at Galesburg is actually a good game. Galesburg, they look very good this season, especially I forgot his coach's name, but Dunlap, you got those 2 guys. Dunlap's got a great box safety, deserves a D1 look at even more. But I got to give it a little bit to Dunlap. Yeah, Dunlap's going to do some damage that time. Lincoln Way East versus Crete-Monee. That's a hell of a game. Lincoln Way East versus Crete-Monee. Lincoln Way East is looking to win. Crete-Monee is looking to win. You got Crete-Monee, one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the state of Illinois, Isaiah Rucker. You have Lincoln Way East, just a beast of a team. Couldn't do it last year because of just, I think, chemistry issues. The team wasn't a team because they had the Lincoln Way North coming in. But I think they're ready to play, and I think it's going to be a hell of a game. DGN versus Lockport is a game to another. It's a step-up game. Whoever wins that game gets that momentum to do more damage into the season, and especially when they get into the regular conference games. Danville, Kankakee is a good game too because you got Danville, a very emerging team with Julian Pearl, few other players. You got Kankakee, a great group of young kids that are ready to win more games and put Kankakee back on the map. So that's definitely one to look at. St. Teresa versus Tri Valley is a hell of a game. That's actually a really good small school game. You got great athletes in Jacardia Wright, great pass rusher. Tri Valley's got a great group of players, especially I forget the lineman's name, but it's going to be a good game. Tri Valley versus St. Teresa is definitely a game to keep a close eye out for. Let's go down more. St. Bede versus Fulton's a good game too. Fulton, they got a great center. St. Bede, their linebacker just graduated, Brady Booker, but that's a great game. Great game to look at. Effingham versus Breeze Mather Day is another good game. Effingham is definitely a team on the rise. Where else? Oh, Grays Lake North versus Willowbrook. That's actually a good game because you have Grays Lake North coach Baker, first season Minnesota guy, going against Willowbrook, who just had a miraculous season last season. Great running back. That is a game actually to keep a very, very, very close eye on because you have Grays Lake North that could be on the merge and go back into the playoffs. Willowbrook is looking to say that we're not 1 year wonders. We're here to stay. Simple as that. What else? Proviso West, Lincoln Way West is a game to keep a small eye out on because you have two teams that are trying to build something, especially Proviso West. B said that it's basically just it's something to keep an eye on. Let's go down. Lake Zurich versus Friend is a good game. That's actually a really good game because you got Lake Zurich, who is going to trying to. They have the team, they have the talent, they can put away all those rumors, all that BS scandal, all that other crap. And if they win this game, it's just it's foundation to build. That's the main thing about the first week of the game. The first game. If you have a team that's very unstable and unknowing, you want to build that foundation. And that foundation is that first win of the IHSA football season. Simple as that. Lamont versus Batavia, another good game. Lamont is trying to get back to the playoffs. Batavia too. Batavia's got a tough battle ahead of themselves. Lamont not so much in the conference. So it's good. That's a huge game to look out for. Libertyville at Highland Park. That's a good game too. That's that Bennett Academy versus St. Lawrence. That's actually a good game too. Naperville North versus St. Edward at Edwardsville is a great game. Naperville North has got that team that's going to shock a lot of people this season. Another team with Calcagno, Drake Davis, just unbelievable talent at the helm for that team, Naperville North. You have Edwardsville that's not there that yet. They're good, but they're not there that yet. Next year's they're going to be their magic year. But just watch out for Edwardsville. Just saying that. All right. Some of these are just old games that Sterling at Sycamore is a good game because that's a sort of a test game to put your finger in the water, see if it's cold or hot. That's a good game because it tests both the teams. Let's see anything else. I said Loyola and Phillips, Zion Benton and Hershey. That's actually a good game because I do think Zion Benton can upset some people. Please pay attention to Zion Benton. A lot of people are not giving him respect. I'm saying that right now with Zion Benton. They can do something this season. St. Joseph's at Elmwood Park is a game that St. Joseph needs to win to get that momentum. They had a great season, miraculous season last season, first time in the playoffs for football. A definite look out for. De La Salle versus Niles North. Oh, that's a good game. De La Salle, Bruno, and I'm sorry, Niles North, Bruno, Miles Davis, De La Salle, great secondary, great defense, great offensive line, Boheim at center. Again, it's one of those momentum games. Get that first win under your cap and build that foundation for a great season. Simple as that. What else? Just looking at the games. St. Charles, Norfolk, Schaumburg, that's actually a good game. Hull versus Orion is a great game. Hull High School went 0-9 last season. They're trying to say that was a fluke. They have a successful program. Orion, hell of a tight end in Logan Lee. That's going to be one hell of a game. Hull versus Orion. Keep a close eye out for Hull versus Orion. I'm telling you that right now. Where else? Tinley Park versus Chicago Hope. Chicago Hope is a small school. Tinley Park's a big school. Chicago Hope does have the athletes. If Chicago Hope wins this game, they are a force to be reckoned with in that small little division of the Chicago Catholic League. Chicago Hope is unbelievable. I'm telling you that right now, and a lot of people are laughing at me about that. But Chicago Hope is nothing to joke around with. They are a good team. Rich Central versus Thornwood. You have Thornwood, the team that was had a great season last season. Rich Central is going to have a great season next season. Watch out this season. Watch out for that. That's a good game too. Tuscola versus Clifton Central is a great game. Clifton Central, I saw them play 7-7. They look great. Tuscola, ooh, Tuscola, Tuscola looks great, great. So it's going to be a great game. What I'd give the average of how many run yards there's going to be. Let's see anything else. Still looking. That's about it, I believe. Yeah, that's about it. Bismarck Henning versus Wasika. That's a great game. Have a lot of faith in Wasika. That's another watch out for game. Washington versus Mammoth Seymour is a great game too. Really do like Mammoth Seymour. Washington is a team that is slowly rising up this year. It's basically all on classes. How many kids, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, starters, non-starters, talent wise, coach wise, and scheme wise. Simple as that. You can't pass the ball with a lot of um, how you say, you can't pass the ball with a lot of inexperienced kids. You can run the ball a lot with a lot of inexperienced kids and win games. But again, it'll be interesting. Where's another game? There's one more game that I keep forgetting about. Oh, good game. Round Lake versus Proviso East. I really do believe in Proviso East that much, very much. I do think Proviso East is on the right way. It's a basketball school, but it's on the right way to win a game. It should be interesting. Proviso East versus Round Lake. So that is it for week one. IHSA football week one. Coach Big Pete's games of the week to look out for. Keep a close eye out for. Scan it on IHSA.org. Look at all the first week games. Went down. Talked about some of the games. Simple as that. Hopefully you like it. Please, if you like my stuff, please follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter and Facebook. Visit deepdishfootball.com. I'm also on Instagram, Coach Big Pete. If you have any questions or comments or that, please feel free to email me at coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Also, if you like all of my stuff, any of my stuff, whatever, please feel free to leave a tip or a donation. deepdishfootball.com on the right bar. Just click and leave a donation or tip 50 cents, 75 cents. It's appreciated, much appreciated. Thank you so much. This is Coach Big Pete. Let's get the week one started for IHSA football. This has been week one, Coach Big Pete's Games of the Week. Have a great day.